everyone in tips and tricks in InTouch HMI. Today we will be using the recipe manager utility in InTouch. Now we'll be making or configuring the recipe manager, but firstly we want to configure these values to display according to tags defined in our system. So for example, here for the coffee, we will be making an expression for C to define the tag in our system. Also for the milk, we will make a value display analog M, for example. Okay, define the tag in the system. Okay. And also for the sugar, same step, value display analog. That's okay, define. All right. So all the values here are defined as a tags in our system. Now we'll be using the recipe manager utility. It's already running. So we will be closing it and reopening to make all things clear. Okay, using the recipe manager, the first thing we will be making is making a new file. The new file, we will be configuring the ingredients we have. We have, as mentioned, we have coffee ingredient, milk ingredient, and also sugar ingredient. For the item type, it differs from a system to another. So in our system, we will be making it as analog, for example. So by clicking A and enter, it auto completes it for all. This is the first window we have. For the second window, which is the most important window we will be configuring, is the recipe name. What is our recipe name? Our recipe name is coffee. For example, we'll be making the quantities here. So like 60 milliliters from the coffee, 40 milliliters from the milk, and 20 for the sugar. And you could add till 999 recipe and 999 ingredient according to your system. So for our example here, we have a recipe called coffee, and we'll be making another recipe, which is the reset. What is the reset? It's about resetting the ingredients if you have multiple recipes to be done. So the reset will be taking 0 quantities from all the ingredients. We don't want anything. It's just for resetting. For the third window, we will be defining our unit name. For example, here it will be called unit. What is our tags? It was C, M, and also S. This is to like link those with the tags we have defined in our system. So there is all the 3 windows you want to configure. Now we'll be saving our recipe, save as desktop. For example, it will be recipe coffee. Save. So it's saved in C users administrator desktop with name recipecoffee.csv. Now we will be making an action to the bottoms we have. For the coffee and the reset bottom, for example, the coffee bottom, we will double click and make an action here. What is our action? The action is add-ons. We will be clicking on the add-ons, and as you see, there is a built-in script called recipe load. In the recipe load, we will be defining our file name, which is the path we are having between quotations. It was C users administrator desktop, and our recipe was called recipe coffee dot csv and with quotation. For the unit name, it was unit. We have defined it as unit. For the recipe name, which is the most important thing in the configuration, it was coffee. We are making a recipe called coffee. Then, okay. Now we'll be configuring the reset bottom, same as the coffee, also action script, same path, same unit, but not the same recipe name. We have configured it as reset. this is the only modification you will need to do is to rename the coffee, the recipe name here. Okay, okay. Then we'll be testing now in the runtime. Now we'll be wanting to make a coffee. So as you see, the ingredients are taken with the quantities we have configured. Also for the reset button, we want to reset the ingredients if you have multiple recipes here to be done. Coffee ingredients are taken, reset, it's resetting our ingredients. So this is all for the recipe utility, recipe manager utility in InTouch HMI.